You don't belong here. What do you mean? I don't belong here. I'm just kidding. Who doesn't belong? Taking my heating pad out. If you guys don't know, I'm a disabilities advocate. I have rare conditions. I have an autoimmune disorder called mast cell disease, where my body thinks that, pretty much anything. It could be dust, it could be a food item. For example, I'll give an example. If I eat real syrup, like real maple syrup from a tree, right, like the grade A or grade B kind, I may have an allergic reaction or I may not, where like the roof of my mouth starts burning or the tongue starts burning, because it depends on what tree that maple syrup comes from. So I'm allergic to certain trees, or at least my immune system believes I am. So I am an advocate for rare conditions. I'm also a dynamic disabilities advocate. And so that means that some days the disability or the chronic illness can present in a way where it's more disabling than other days. It could even be within one day. Like you could wake up feeling great, and then by the afternoon you have cleaned. Clean. You said that yesterday. Okay, let's get into the reading because I have things to do and places to be. All right, let's see. I'm gonna figure out what Spirit said. You don't belong here, and cleaned. Okay, that makes so much sense. So someone, I feel like this has to do with a friendship or a relationship where you don't really fit the mold in the family. This means that this would be like a partner or someone that you're getting to know, or someone that maybe you guys are a couple, but the family doesn't really agree or doesn't really understand the relationship. So let's see what energy from this deck. This is the Heaven and Hell deck. Give it to me. Okay, so perception and revelation. Give it to me. Give it to me. Huh. Okay. Part of this, this is an underlying energy that I'm picking up, especially when Spirit Box just said, give it to me. I feel like what's happening is a lot of people are dealing with family members and in relationships where that family member or this family doesn't want the other party to receive like assets or benefits from being in a relationship, whether that is, you've been with this person for 7 years, lived with them, and it's sort of like common law marriage, right? Or you have been actually married or engaged, and this family doesn't want you based off of your background. There's something to do with your background that they don't. There's a perception and revelation, Angel Ariel, and then we have the demon Citri, which it says indiscretion and lie telling. So I feel that this family has a perception or claims to have revelations about you as an individual, but they're telling lies about it. They're making up fabricated, like this is their perception, but it's not actually really the truth. I have had that personally, where people make up things in their mind about what they feel about me, and then they project it onto you. That's exactly what's happening. So this family dynamic and disregarding of rules, these people have no respect for actual rules and regulations of like human kindness. Like Jesus Christ came to teach us about how to love our enemies and what it should look like. And these people, I think that they're trying to get under your skin to the point where the person that you're with, either I need, yeah. I feel like the conversations that you have is like, I need this type of respect. I need to be heard. I need you to stick up for me. I need this. I need that. And instead of them looking, this could be past situation, or this could be something that's happening now, or you might experience this type of energy in the future. But I think that a lot of us go through these types of things when dealing with other, like with in-laws, right? Come on. How many relationship gurus online are talking about in-laws being a problem, overstepping their bounds, saying things about you behind your back to deter their family member from dating you or marrying you or staying with you, or maybe, influencing them to get a divorce based off of their perception their revelations, which are false revelations about who you are as a person. Okay. Failure? Yes. Okay. So for some of you, this energy has already passed, meaning this is something that is a revelation from the past. So you may be having your cross watcher or whoever is here watching this, you may actually be the person that believed your family or took your family's side in a situation, and now you feel like a failure because the truth is you misunderstood what was actually happening. Okay. I'm pulling a Hebrew letter.
I'm stuck.
Yes. Those people will be stuck. But this person feels stuck. They feel trapped. This person may have actually... so what's hiding the moon and the sun? That's a very interesting... Wow, I'm getting the chills. Some of you, this could be a person that you kind of looked at them as your perfect opposite. Imagine the you know how like the when the sun goes up, right, over the earth, it's not really over the earth, but goes around as the earth is turning. It goes around us. The sun is going up, it's rising, we see it in the day, and then the moon, you know, it goes around and then it goes like this. So it shifts. And this energy is that opposite polarity. This is somebody that you had like an opposite, polar opposite of, but not in a bad way. So the moon, it says sanctity and cycle of growth. So this was a relationship that was intended, that was brought by God into your life to help you grow. And I think, and this card for some reason is sticking out to me at this deck that's in front of me, and it says the tallest oak in the forest was once a tiny acorn. I think the problem here was that because you both were still a work in progress, or maybe one of you was, the other person could not see the potential because they don't have that sight or that vision. People that can see other people's potential, they tend to end up with people that don't actually belong in their sphere. Does that make sense? Like God only brings that type of person into that person's world so that they can help them grow. And I think that one of you was the sun and one of you was the moon. The person that was the moon needed to grow. They needed to see the shadow aspects of themselves, things that they were ignoring, right? This could be addictions. This could be, you know, bad behavior. This could be a pattern of lying, deceiving.
Move it.
Move it? Okay. And the Lovers is on the bottom in here. So this says spirit, sustenance, and struggle. Have a true partnership while maintaining your freedom. I think, especially with that card on the bottom, someone here was worried about the freedom that they would or would not have. And this is a part of it. I think that many times we can misjudge a situation when you're only getting one side, one perspective. So like if we only see the sun's perspective, we're going to look at the nighttime and the moon as some sort of evil thing, right? When we don't see from both people's perspectives, we tend to misjudge a situation. Because what do they always say? There's your opinion, the other person's side or opinion, and then there's the middle, which is the truth. There's somewhere in the middle is the truth. Because if I were to make a law based off of my perspective only and not encountering other people's perspectives to make a balanced law, this is why you have things in courts or that are bills, right? That are proposals.
Where did you come from?
Interesting. That are not in the best interest of everybody, because the truth is that's not 100% possible for everything to always align for everybody's best good, but you can always try to do it for the majority of people, correct? And this spirit just said, where did you come from? This is somebody, the Chariot, yeah. This is a relationship that ended and you moved away. So like if you lived with this person, you moved away from them, or they moved away from you. This is a family that didn't like your background. So like, for example, I'm mixed. My biological father is black, my mom is white, and I was raised by a different dad. Um, but the fact that I'm half make, yeah. Okay. Because you guys came from different backgrounds, different worlds altogether. This person, I don't think knew exactly what world you came from. They sort of made assumptions about what world you came from. I think that this family really judges people about money and race. Sorry to say that, but money and race. Okay, show me this energy between, and it's interesting, it's lining up. So I'm going to move the moon on the bottom with the indiscretion and lie telling, and I'm going to move the sun at the top with the perception and revelation. So one of you was someone who would expose the other person's darkness or the things that they were trying to mask or hide.
Chains.
Chains? Yeah, the chains that shackled them to the devil. So you, collective, most likely collective, or again, if this is the person that was chained to the devil, right? The person that was the sun is the one that exposed the chains. The other person that was chained did not want those things to be exposed, nor did the family that they were affiliated wanted those things to be exposed. So instead of actually looking at the reason why they were so angry or frustrated, they chose to focus on your money and your race. Three of Pentacles. These people worked together. Okay, so you're number one, someone that naturally wants to work with others. So you're naturally going to say, okay, like, how can we solve this problem? You're a problem solver. But they would, I would say, turn it upside down for this person. Their family wasn't problem solving. They were creating problems to create a separation, a split between the two. What? Give me one card for the moon. Oh, two cards. Okay.
Flames.
Flames? Twin flames. Okay, some of you can be twin flames. In my world, a twin flame is not the same as whatever twin flame BS that people talk about today. They don't actually know anything about twin flames when people are talking about them. The truth is, a twin flame is just the representation of the universe being created in pairs. So in Gnosticism, we talk about how the universe was created in pairs. So there's a mother, father, God. There isn't just a father. How does the father create a child by himself? The only human beings that are capable of doing that. Related? Yeah. Okay. And then interesting, we have the sun that came out for the moon. This person, see Page of Swords and the sun. This person saw you and at times defended you against their family.
Abused.
Mm-hmm. They were not 100% recognizing the abuse, but they did at some level because at one point they were defending you. This was abuse. This family is very abusive, like verbally and mentally abusive. Their toxicity also could be related to like drinking, partying, any sort of activity that would allow someone to mask further, like hide secrets. People that self-medicate because of the pain and the trauma that they experience as children, right? That could be CPTSD or PTSD. It's interesting, you both were actually the sun, like see how these two are dancing and they're having fun. This innocence was there, was present with this person. They saw this innocence. They saw how happy you actually made them. Other people in the family also saw this. They, at one point, I think that the family tried to say that you were not 100% honest. Yeah, see the eye? It's a projector. This person, this family was projecting, and so this person then began to project on you. They began to project that you were actually not their happiness, even though you were. The family was projecting onto the person, and then this person was starting to see through the projection, right? It'd be like a lens going over, like you see my glasses. If I put like a pink lens over it, I'm going to see rosy colored everything, right? Same concept, except it's a twisted, distorted version of the truth. Okay, give me another card. Interesting. This is so fascinating. Oh my God. So on the sun side for the Hebrew letters, we have the moon. And on the moon side of the Hebrew letters, we have the sun. You literally are, like, you guys could quite literally be the
Cursed.
you're cursed, yeah. The twin flame curse. So in Gnosticism, Christ, Jesus Christ, his soul, his spirit is the Christ spirit. That is the Son of God and the daughter of God, which are the two Elohims that were created in the 13th Aeon, were Sophia and Christ. So Christ, Sophia. Sophia is the mother and Christ is our father, meaning they are the creators. They're the two gods that were given consent and permission by the Father to create humans. So in the Bible, when it says Elohim, Elohim does not mean one God, it means two. The Hebrew represents two. You separate the word and there's two gods. So when they say there was only one God, okay, yes, the Father is the entire source of all life. He and the mother are the entire sources. They create one energy that is literally the balance for us to be created in the image of the gods. We would not have been created in their image. Their image. Even Genesis says their image. We were created in their image. That's Christ and Sophia. We were literally always correct. We have always been made in the image of Christ and Sophia, the mother and the father and the mother of humanity. They are the, basically, like, if you want to say cloning, for example, we are their clones. We are from their DNA, from their energy signature. Okay, let's continue. So the moon and the magician. They told, the family really convinced this person, projected onto this person, that you were doing sex magic, blood magic, you were doing word magic, right? Spells, spelling words. I lived here. Oh, I'm just going to take a brief moment to acknowledge that there was a woman that lives in this house. I know of the spirits that live in this house, but there was a woman that lived in this house, and she had dementia. God rest her soul. She had a dog, and her dog died literally less than a block away from this house. Okay, now you're back to the storyline. Okay, she died. She was hit by a train. But it was, we believe that or her family, the people that sold this house to us, believed that she did it because she had dementia. And they believed that she, harmed herself. Anyway, so I just wanted to acknowledge that because that's the first thing that came to mind. But we're going to go back to the storyline. Undecided. Yeah. This person for a long time was undecided about whether or not you were being tricky. See all the people in the background? See how they're like, it's like this gossiping. All of those people had a lot to say about you, collective. About you're a word magician. You're trying to steal their money. You're only in the relationship for stability and money. The sword is down. You're a liar. Right? The things that come from your mind and the words that come out of your mouth are lies. This is people that believed that you either did blood magic or sex magic. These would be people that would say that you got yourself pregnant on purpose. The people that say that are the stupidest people I've ever encountered. And I'm so sorry if you believe that crap. But I've encountered a lot of stupid people in my life. And when people are like, oh, they got pregnant on purpose. It takes two to make a baby unless you're Mary, the mother of Jesus. And there is a literal scientific evidence that proves that women can, very rarely, but women can actually get pregnant on their own without a male sperm. Yep. The female body can do that. And this is my belief that this is part of why men are so envious of women, is because we really don't need them, but we want them. That's the difference. We don't actually need them, but we want them. And women, then the matriarchy, if you really look at history, the matriarchy was well respected for millions of years.
Can you hear her?
Can you hear her? Two of Pentacles, this person was juggling you. Okay, let's get back to the message. King of Pentacles. Here we got King of Pentacles. This is someone who was heavily like focused on money.
Please continue.
Thank you. This was heavily focused on money. These people said, oh, this person only wants your money. They only want the material things that you provide to them. They are using you. This person is doing spell work. They're a magician, whatever. I mean, the magician card is literally out here. Someone who does rituals under the moon. This is, look, the moon. This is someone who's toying with you, using you. You're a puppet to them. Oh my God. I think it's sad because there's so many people in the world that go through this. This isn't just, these stories that I tell are not just going to fit with one person. These are collective energies because it's a story that so many people can relate to. Oh, I told her I didn't love her anymore. This is what this masculine or a feminine energy, right, yeah. Thank you. I told her that I didn't love her anymore. This is what this King of Pentacles told you, collective. I don't love you anymore. But the truth is, the reason why they fell out of love with you is because of everything. See all those shadows in the background. Everything that these people said about you. All the lies, all of the things that they made up because you made them uncomfortable. Sometimes the realest person in the world becomes the enemy. This is my place. They were very territorial. Five. They were very territorial over the person that you were with because 5 means change. That means you brought a lot of change into their life that they didn't like. You pointed out a lot of things in your person and in their family that they also didn't like. They didn't want you changing them. They didn't want you changing the household system, the family dynamic, the way that everybody drinks and parties, like whatever it is that you saw might hinder this person, is toxic for this person. You trying to help this person led the family to help sabotage the relationship because they didn't want you to change them. Okay, so someone could be following me, watching me, like you guys are obviously watching, or they could have said that you were stalking this person, following them, being, not giving them their personal space kind of thing. We got Knight of Swords. Oh, you could have communicated very directly or rashly. You just said whatever was on your mind. And the way you communicated could have come off harsh.
Back off.
Yeah, back off. Like, I'm not going to be your little whipping boy. You're not going to treat me badly because you have some sort of, demonic perception of who I am. You're crazy. That's all I have to say. Knight of Wands. They could have also made you seem like you were a flirt, that you were hitting on other people. I even had someone's mother. I was dating this guy. We actually lived together. I had this person's mother. So let me preface this. So this person had a best friend, and that best friend had children and a wife. And that best friend came over, and the thing is, the mother didn't realize that I was a part of like this little gaming group that they had at the time. Cellar? Okay, so the basement, a cellar. Maybe someone has a wine cellar or is in a basement. This is where they keep their liquor. Like how in the basement they have the like the bar, and then they have all their alcohol bottles and stuff, and this is like their entertainment. You could have something like that in your house. That could be confirmation. But so back to the story, the mother, I was being friendly with the friend, saying, "Oh, we'll see you guys later online. I'll text or call you." And the mother had the audacity to come up to me and ask me if I was having an affair or if I liked the best friend when I was with her son. So I'm just giving you examples of how twisted people can be. Okay? I've also dealt with a lot of racism when it came to people that I've dated. Because I'm half black, I don't look black, but the idea of a racist person having someone in their family dynamic that is part black seems to be horrific for so many people. I have so many people that have had to literally Lord, yeah, Lord God, God forgive them, for they do not know what they do. I've literally had the N-word said in front of me. I've had people talk about black people in a derogatory and bad way, as if all white people, all white looking people are gonna agree and stand by that disrespect. Racism. It's just disgusting. So these are the type of people I'm talking about. This could be this kind of racism that you experience, what I'm telling you, or this is just a family where, especially if you're watching my channel or receiving messages from me, you know that your religious beliefs or your spiritual
Crying.
beliefs, yeah, are taboo. These people made you cry. I also, here's the temperance energy. This is balance, and it's actually under their side. So I'm curious. This is healing. The Fool. This person could actually be crying over the fact that they did misjudge you and they did ruin the relationship because of what their family said or friends. We have Four of Swords. You are not speaking to this person. This person is dead to you. Like you gave up on this person the moment that you realized that they were pouring your cup of love out and not giving it back. That's what I'm getting with this temperance energy. Temperance is really about healing and balance. But for some reason, I'm picking up that if this person has been healing, they thought that you were interfering with their healing. They didn't think that you were healing to them at one point. And they sort of see the Three of Swords, that's the heartbreak.
Abused.
But yeah, they abused you. Wow. This person abused you. They abused you mentally and emotionally. This is the kind of person that would get you so overwhelmed that if you threw something across the room or made a scene, it was basically reactive abuse. They pushed you and pushed you and pushed you to the point where, like, you know, you would throw something. This is the kind of person that you're dealing with, and this is their family. They will push and push and push, talk shit, talk shit, talk shit
Later this evening.
until it affects people. Later this evening. Oh, you could have been with this person and, like, let's say they would leave and you would call and say, oh, like, what time are you coming home? They would just say later this evening. They wouldn't give you a time. Because if they had to give you a time, then they'd be lying because they wouldn't be coming home at that time. Yeah, Queen of Cups, the High Priestess. You were very intuitive. This is also a problem. Nine of Wands, you had to learn, like, you were trying to protect yourself. But the truth is, you couldn't protect yourself or defend yourself in communication wise. You couldn't explain to them, like, this isn't true, that's not true. You may not even been aware fully of what was said about you, so how could you defend yourself? This person, mother, yes, their mother. Thank you. I'm so thankful for Spirit, because man, Spirit confirms a lot of stuff that I'm saying. This person let you hang dry, like they hung you out to dry. One more card for each row, please. Okay. Knight of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. See, you are the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. You're the Queen of Pentacles, and they're the King of Pentacles. This person was a hothead. They get really irritated and annoyed quickly. This person had no patience for you.
I don't need this.
Yeah. They would say stuff like, I don't need this from you. I don't need more problems in my life. Even though the only reason why you were talking to them about problems was because of the stuff that was going on in the relationship. So they gave no time to talking about problems. This person was very pathetic. This King of Pentacles was very pathetic because at the time, I can't say anything about them because I haven't, looked into the energy, other than whatever energy's here on the table right now shows that they're extremely pathetic because they would listen to other people before learning how to discern for themselves what is right for them and what is not. This is someone that was very immature. They're in page energy. Even though there's a king here, we have the Fool. This is like, I'm seeing Plenty of Fish, like that website Plenty of Fish, that used to be free website. I'm seeing this person was a fool. They could have even been talking to people behind your back. Yeah, Knight of Wands. They were talking to other people. The times that they were out and you were like, oh, when are you coming home? I'll be back later. They were actually on dates or meeting up with people that they were meeting online. This is someone who tried to say that you were the they were the balanced one and you were the imbalanced one. When what I would say with this as well is see your fingers in the cup. You could have criticized them if they were drinking. You could have criticized.
It's difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was a very difficult situation for you. I have a lot of empathy for that. Because I personally don't think it's fair when people project, right? Like when we're all failure. Yeah, they project failure onto others because they are failures, because they have nothing to sort of offer other than their gossip and I've even been with I've even been around families where they don't like people gossiping about them, but they're the first people to gossip about others. Make it make sense, okay? Make it make sense. I don't get it. If you want to talk mess, I mean, why don't you just say it to their face and get it over with? Like, what's the point of saying it behind their back? Yeah. They took the window of opportunity to destroy this relationship. Okay. What is the current energy? Hanged Man. Because of this person's decision, they're actually currently, Four of Wands. This person is stuck in Four of Wands as a household, so they're stuck in some sort of financial, like, situation, dependent situation, or they're stuck in a marriage, because Four of Wands can also represent the marriage card. It's a marriage card. So they're actually stuck in another relationship, or they're stuck in some sort of house where they're struggling financially. There's something stuck, because Spirit said stuck a second ago. Yeah, financially they're stuck.
Do you want it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Emperor. Two of Swords. Yeah, they were blind and they blocked themselves from healing. The Star. They blocked themselves from healing. Give me the collective's energy. Oh my god. Eight of Wands. You're a really good communicator. Six of Cups. You are the ideal soulmate. Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, King of Swords. You are someone who's very direct. So direct, in fact. See how the cake has the eye missing? Yeah, it's very difficult to be direct. I'm a very direct person. So it would be really difficult for someone who doesn't like direct communication to be able to handle someone like us, collective. You and I. I got you. I understand you. Ace of Swords. Yep, the truth. Look. You will make them bleed the truth. You would rather bleed with the truth than die with the lie, with the fake persona, with this idea that you take on everyone else's bullshit and just accept the things, the projections and their theories and their ideas. Okay. Clarify this Hanged Man energy.
Following you.
Following me. Okay. Either they're following me because they're watching these readings, or they're following you, collective. Like they're watching on social media. Not in like a horrible stalker, creepy way, but in like, I'm curious, what is this person up to? The world. Yep. This person cannot end whatever cycle they're in currently right now. And this is a harsh lesson for them. Clarify the Page of Wands.
Can you hear her?
Can I hear her? Let's see. Can I hear her? You said that already, so I'm getting that vision again. What I was seeing when Spirit first said that, this is the second
You.
time Spirit, yeah, yeah, me, um, or you collective, um, is that they could, they may have put someone on the phone when you guys were arguing. Can you hear her? Do you hear how she sounds? That's disrespectful. That's scary. She might be violent. Like, this is someone that would push you to the edge emotionally. You would overreact because you're overwhelmed, overstimulated, and then they would have people on the phone and like have them listen to the arguments or the crying or like whatever emotional hysterics were going on at the time, and use that to prove that their family was right about you, even though it's like what is that saying where you basically, however you want to see somebody is how you're going to see them, irregardless of the truth. Mm, mm, mm. Oh. Two of Pentacles. This person was juggling you.
I lived here.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. This time around, I lived here. I'm getting that you lived with this person. Like I said, you guys probably lived together. You guys were in a relationship, whether you were engaged, married, whatever it is, maybe even roommates. This person juggled you. They also judged their family judged you based off of your finances. Um, they would rather their family member marry or be in a relationship with someone that had a lot of resources versus someone that is, like I pointed out here, the tallest oak in the forest was once a tiny acorn. Again, these people are the kind of people that don't see the future. They don't see people's potential.
I'm coming.
You can't rely on potential. I'm coming. Hmm. Four of Swords. This person had you staying up at night, and now this
Don't
person
leave.
and now this person is up at night. So whatever happened, it's now reversed, meaning you've moved on with your life because you had no choice to. This person though is stuck in a house or a relationship or a situation where it was originally just like a fling. This was someone who wanted to have multiple experiences. They didn't want to settle down at the time. Even if they told you they wanted to settle down, there was a part of them that's still young minded and they didn't want to settle
What should
down.
I do?
So their family really relied on that. And they asked their family, what should I do? What should I do? Clarify this Eight of Wands. The Death. You have completely cut off all communication with this person. There's no communication. There's no like, hey, how are you doing? How's stuff going? Like, you're not even friends with this person anymore. You have no desire, I feel, to be this person's friend. After they took their family's side, after they took their mother's side, specifically Spirit Box said mother. Oh, wow. The Nine of Swords. You are not in your head about this past relationship. Six of Cups, Nine of Swords in reverse. You are not in your head. You are not afraid. There is no fear of whether this comes back together or not. You could care less. The Moon is on the bottom with the Lovers. They were cheating on you. They were hiding a secret, and instead,
It's difficult.
Yep. Somehow they pulled it off. You may or may not have suspected it, but you didn't have evidence, is what I'll say. You may have suspected they were cheating or entertaining other people, but you didn't have actual hardcore evidence. You just had intuition and you saw their behavior. So they cheated on you, got into another relationship, and instead of being honest about them being the cheater and the person causing the issues in the relationship, they use their family as the scapegoat by talking about you, and then their family saying, well, we don't like her anyway, or
What should I do?
we don't like him anyway. Again, if I'm speaking hers and hims, flip the roles as they are for you. I'm not here like on the other side of the camera telling you if you're a man or a woman or how this applies to you. Just apply it how you feel it applies to your story, because if it does apply, you'll actually recognize the story very quite easily. You won't have to like think really long and hard how this applies to your life. What did you say? Well, I'm jabbering on what should I do? Oh yeah. Yeah, they asked their family what they should do. What should I do? I'm not happy. Be a freaking man or a woman and tell the person what's up. I want to be with other people. I lied to you. I led you on. I let you move into my house, or we got an apartment together, and now it's not. Look, Eight of Pentacles. You're over here, Queen of Swords. Speaking facts, speaking truth, and working on yourself. You are working on yourself. You are improving yourself. Voila. This person knows that if they came back around, you would be very defensive because they hurt you. They financially hurt you, Five of Pentacles. They emotionally hurt you. Like, this is not a joke here because you're the sun.
I'm lost.
Yeah, this person's lost now. They're lost in the sauce. They lost in the sauce. Okay. How does this person feel? Like, what is their karma for this behavior? Empress? Queen of Wands. Oh, the Empress and the Queen.
Hard.
Oh, man. Woo! You make them HARD or turned on. You are like the big shot. You are mama. You are mama. You are the hot stuff. You are intelligent. You can run your own household, your own kingdom, whether you are rich or poor. It doesn't matter. You are the type of person that's a mother. The Empress is the mother. The Queen of Wands, dining. Oh. Some of you could open up your own restaurant, or you could be influencers where you go around town, right? You upload videos of you trying new food and you recommend and you get discount codes and all that stuff. There could be some sort of entrepreneurship here for you. You're so funny. See how like at the end of that, it looks like a finger on the end of that wand? You are okay pointing out people's flaws, stuff that they have to work on. You're okay pointing out the thing that a big elephant, right? The elephant in the room. You're very comfortable. Like, King of Swords. This person is thinking about you. They're looking you up online.
Pathetic.
Oops, sorry, I have to close this. Pathetic? Yeah, this person is very pathetic. This person is pathetic. They're realizing how pathetic they are. This is someone that's acknowledging it to themselves, whether they want to say it out loud to others or not. This person was, yeah, Ace of Swords. The truth is being exposed. They need help. Ten of Cups. Temperance. You are intellectually minded. You are someone that seeks knowledge. You study. You observe. You are like food to the soul. This is you're somebody. Museum. Yeah, you're a work of art. Oh, thank you, Lord. You are a work of art. Genuinely. You make people happy. You are literally a work of art. You make people happy. You make people smile. Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. You're very independent-minded. Jeremy? Okay. Hi, Jeremy. Who's Jeremy? Someone named Jeremy? Ace of Pentacles. You are receiving, so not only after this relationship, it may have taken you a while, but you are now very balanced. You've healed. You have a lot of happiness. Like, you create your own Ten of Cups. You create your own joy and happiness. And I think people can see that about you. And if this person can see you online, which I gather they can, this is someone that's looking at the success. They finally see the potential that you always had, but they were not willing to wait until you were the tall oak tree They just looked at you as the tiny
It's here.
acorn, like, oh, this tiny acorn ain't gonna be nothing. That's what their family said. It's here. Oh, judgment is here. Yes. For their Knight of Wands behavior, for their cheating behavior, for their lying behavior, the sneaky behavior. Yeah. They took this cup of love away from you. They offered it to you, and they took it away.
Stop interrupting.
Oh. They may have said like you interrupted them, or maybe they interrupted you and you would tell them to stop interrupting you, or they always made you feel like you were interrupting them and blamed you for something that they actually did. This person, yeah, this person is in the Eight of Swords. Now they're in their head. Well, because you're sitting pretty, like you're just fine all by yourself. I would even say, oh my God, the sun, the sun. They are thinking in their head about what they had with you and how happy you actually made them, until other people got in their head and they also got in their own head,
baby.
got in their own way. Oh, my baby. This is someone who's like, my baby is gone. Like, this is someone now, if they're in another relationship or they're stuck somewhere in some situationship, all they're thinking about is my baby, my baby. I wish I had my baby back. My baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. Chilies, baby back ribs. Some of you might like chilies. It's not my favorite place to go, but... Oh, the Seven of Cups in reverse.
Certainly.
Thank you. Yes, certainly not my favorite. If it's not clean, it's gonna be mean. Okay. The Strength in reverse. This person has no strength or will.
Can you hear me?
They are like, they have been broken down. The universe broke them down. Can you hear me? They also could be arguing with someone else in their midst. They see no future, like, they see no options here. They have no options in love. They have zero strength to continue. Rope. They tied themselves up. They roped themselves. Yeah, this is bad. Three of Cups. People are not reaching out to be having good times with this person. There's no more party. No one's going like, hey, you want to go party? No. Nope. This person does not have the options that they used to have. 444 on the time. Eight of Pentacles. They used to have you. Six of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Working. They should have worked on this relationship and they would have had so much more, but they didn't. And whose fault is that? Their own. Eight of Wands. Communication. They want to communicate so badly. King of Wands. Four of Cups. In regret. Ace of Wands, because they know they had a lot of passion with you. They know this could have been something grand. Like, I'm talking empire status. Judgment and the world. Knock. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Knock. What was that song that just came in my head? There's a song by Imelda May. I love her. She's from Ireland. And she's one of my favorite singers. And she has a song called Knock. 1, 2, 3. And it goes, 1, 2, 3 on the wall. That will be my secret call. You'll find me under your spell. Secret safe, I won't tell. Knock 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And it goes on and on and on. But anyway, that's the first thing I heard in my head when Spirit said knock. And I think this person literally wants to come and knock on your door. I think Spirit at the time was knocking on their door, like their head. Yep, Six of Wands. They know they could have had victory with you. They know they would have had the Wheel of Fortune. They would have had all the success, all the love, all the money. They would be sitting pretty. They probably would have never had to work a day in their life ever again. This is the type of situation that I'm seeing here. They broke your heart by walking away from you, and now they want to return, but that's not happening, at least for now. I don't know if you'll even take this person back. So these are just the lessons, but right now it doesn't seem like they're approaching you, which is quite fine. I think they want to approach you, but they realize that, like, I feel so hot. They realized that that might not be a good idea. Save nothing for the swim back. Find your peace and then everything will fall into place. Don't muddy the water to make it muddy the water to make it seem deep. Yep, this person was pathetic. I didn't say it. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing. Your life is your story, write well, edit often. And you know what? This was one of those moments that the universe came in and said, I'm going to save you, my child. God was like, I'm going to save you, child. I'm going to save you from years and years wasted. Spirit put it in this person's family's heart to push you away because that family wasn't deserving of you, nor was this man or woman deserving of you.
Not necessary.
They were actually an unnecessary chapter in your life, is what I'm getting. You actually wasted the time that you had on them, and Spirit came and swooped in and saved you with all the drama. As much as the drama hurt and it was painful to go through, it actually put you in a better position in life than if you had been stuck with this person for years and years and years, dealing with the drama from their family, dealing with the racism, dealing with the hate, dealing with the classism, and, you know, dealing with people that all they care about is money and finances. Most people that don't know wealth, there's a difference between rich and wealth. Wealth, they don't go around flaunting it.
I can't stay.
Yep. This person could not stay. And so now you're free. I hope that you see that you are actually free. As they always say, rejection is God's protection. But in this case, it literally was the universe and God going, okay, let's move my child out of the situation because what is coming next is not meant for my child. You were not meant to go down with this person. If this person went down, I'm going down. Yeah, no, we're not going down with them. No, 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 no. I'm gonna back up slowly. Give you back your keys. Bye bye. Yes, this is what I see. So I'm gonna end that here because it's already
Understand.
Yeah. I hope you understand that this really wasn't your fault. You did nothing wrong. I bet you anything you treated this person like the gold that they weren't. You probably polished them every day, right? Like a trophy. And they weren't a trophy at all. And you can see this because now they're stuck in a situation that was all based off of lust. And it was originally, the relationship was started with cheating because this person cheated and went with someone else or multiple people and ended up with one of those people. And now it's not working out so hot because this person is learning about discernment and you were a part of that lesson for them of discernment. God gave you to them for a brief moment, not forever, so that they could see. Jose? Okay, someone's name was Jose, or someone could be Hispanic. It doesn't mean that you have to be a Jose. You might know a Jose, but this is someone that is Hispanic. Yep. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. If you would like, share, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope that I can help you in the future because you never know what Spirit is going to say and what I'm going to pick up. Toodles.